Hello, thank you for joining me for 365 Days of Public Speaking. My name is Lionel Yamentu. Today you will learn how to deal with the unexpected when you're on stage. I'll talk about 3 different scenarios, what could go wrong, what could happen when you're on stage speaking, and give you information and advice on how to carry yourselves, what to do when that happens. Let's deal with the first situation. The first situation is you are giving a speech or a presentation on stage and the fire alarm goes off. The fire alarm goes off. What do? Do you keep talking, go out, speak as loud as you can, or do you do something else? Or do you try to run out of there as quickly as you can? No, the right thing to do is to get the audience out and then leave yourself. Because when you are on stage speaking to a group, to an audience, you are the leader in that room at that moment in time. You want to do the right thing, which is to direct the audience towards the closest exit, depending on where they are seated from, and leave yourself. It might be a fire drill, it might be a real fire, but whatever it is, once you hear the alarm goes off, the fire alarm goes off, instruct the audience on how to leave, and then you leave yourself after making sure the room is empty. The second situation, what could go wrong? Your slides don't work. A lot of people today rely on slides, PowerPoint slides, or other software slides to give their presentations. If your slides stop working, let's say you have a clicker and the clicker stops working all of a sudden, what do? The best thing to do is you ask for help. And how do you do that? You call the attention of the people who are working in the AV department, audiovisual department, your AV team, and basically just, of course they're going to notice, but you can draw their attention if you notice that they've realized that your slides are giving you a problem or are not working and they are not doing anything. You could draw their attention to it, and the best thing to do, if you have a clicker, move towards where they are and drop the clicker right there and leave it to them, and you get back to the center of the stage to continue with your audience. You should be able to deliver your presentation or your speech or whatever it is that you're delivering without having to use the slides in the first place. I always tell people that I train on how to be effective speakers that if you are not good enough to give a presentation, or if you don't know the speech well enough to give it without the slides, don't use the slides. So you should be able to give a presentation or a speech without having to rely on the slides, in the sense that if they stop working, you could carry on naturally as you can. Okay, third situation, you feel sick on the day of the speech that you do have. What do? Okay, I was reading this book by Scott Adams, the guy who wrote Dilbert, who created the Dilbert cartoon. This book titled How to Fail at Almost Everything and Still Win Big. Kind of the story of my life by Scott Adams. A great book. You could get that on Amazon. And in here, he tells a story of when he was starting his career as a cartoonist. A few years down that road, he had an opportunity to speak to a group. And for some reason, he lost his voice and he didn't know what to do. He did not sweat it. He went ahead to the event, and on that day, he gave that speech, totally ignoring what was going to happen once he got up on stage with his voice not working as normally as it could have or as it should have. What's the lesson here for us? The lesson is, if you feel sick on the day of the speech, well, there are some sicknesses that are not even going to let you get out of the house. When that happens, the most simple thing to do, basic thing, common courtesy, is to call the event planner. Let them know that you, for some reason, whatever reason it is, you're not going to be able to make it. But if it is something that allows you, an illness that allows you to at least get out of the house, make it to the event venue, and as much as you can, give that speech. You don't have to give the full-blown version, but you could give the simplified version, taking into account that you are not at your best in terms of your health. Okay, let's recap. 3 situations and how to deal with the unexpected on stage. 3 situations. First one, the fire alarm goes off. What do? Get the audience out and then you leave yourself. Second situation, your slides stop working, your PowerPoint or whatever else slides you use they stop working, what do? You give up on those and then you keep going without the slides. That's what good speakers do. Third situation, you feel sick on the day of the speech. What do? Give the speech anyway. But if you feel so sick that you can't even get out of the house, call the event planner and try to reschedule and make an apology. Okay, I hope this has been helpful to you. Please subscribe to this channel and share it with a friend or two who will find this helpful. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again for the next video tomorrow.